Good morning and welcome to Better Thyself edition of Dr. Lamba's live comments. Nowadays, wherever you go, you hear the word mindfulness, and I've used this very often that the way to live properly is to live with mindfulness. It's the biggest thing. As a matter of fact, if I was to write the history of the word, I would say that after indoor plumbing and fire, mindfulness is the biggest thing. But as this movement rolls on, myths and misinformation has popped up. When you go to the grocery store for shopping and you are accompanied by a small kid, you buy the things that you want to buy, but your grocery cart is full with the sweets, candies popping up without even your knowledge. And that is what has happened to mindfulness. It's everywhere. You hear the gurus and the teachers and the coaches saying, healthy mind, healthy life, medicine of the moment. And wherever you go, whether you think of the thinner thighs or you want a celebrity gossip, people talk of mindfulness. And undeniably, mindfulness is improving the lives world over. But as I said earlier, as after the rains mushroom, grow and sprout, misconceptions about mindfulness are there. And there are 5 major myths of mindfulness. And these myths need to be explored so that you can really understand mindfulness. First is, people often confuse mindfulness as meditation. Mindfulness is not meditation. As a matter of fact, they're diametrically opposed. And yet people use them interchangeably. Mindfulness is a state of awareness. It means paying attention to the present moment without judgment. You don't need a meditation cushion or even more than a split second to be mindful. As well, the best way is you think that you are standing behind a waterfall. Okay. No, you are not under the waterfall. You are behind the waterfall. Meditation is being under the waterfall. And you are not caught in the pounding of the thoughts, emotions, and sensations. Nor are you trying to change those thoughts. Instead of that, you are just watching, observing the waterfall. Now, meditation would be something different. It will be closing your eyes and then ensuring that you are focusing on something. Here you are not focusing. You are just watching the waterfall. And quite possibly your attention would wander. And then you bring it back to the waterfall. That is mindfulness. It requires a sustained attention on an object. And by object, I don't mean a physical object like toothbrush or a can of green peas. It can be anything. People often think and they concentrate on breathing. That is meditation, but not in mindfulness. Mindfulness is a practice. Meditation is an act. And it's an awareness that is mindfulness and it's sustained awareness. So you have got to ensure that meditation is not mindfulness. You can mindfully meditate, that's something different. And the sensation of walking, for example, or you are gardening, or you are reading, you are eating a cookie, and you are concentrating on that cookie, enjoying the flavor of the cookie, what the ingredients are in the cookie. You are having your green tea with the cookie. And then you savor the different flavors. How the flavors of a cookie mix with the flavor of the green tea. That is mindfulness. And meditation is not that. Meditation would say you close your eyes and then think and commute and connect. No, that is different. So you can mindfully be yourself in the sensation of walking, washing, eating a cookie, or anything you like. So forget that notion which people have been telling you that mindfulness is meditation. It's not. Secondly, mindfulness is not about taking time out to and relax. Mindfulness is not relaxation. It is possible, and it does happen, that a side effect would be that your stress is reduced. You'll check in with your thoughts, with your body, with your impulses, and that decreases your chance of being stressed. It lightens your life's drama quotient considerably. And since it's without judgment, it results in less stress. Now suppose you're getting angry, and then you start focusing on your anger. That's mindfulness. In meditation, you will not get angry at all. So, A, it's not meditation. B, it is not the time to relax. Mindfulness is not a rest. As a matter of fact, resting and mindfulness are apples and oranges. And mindfulness takes a lot of work to be mindful. It's not an easy job. People find that checking in with their thoughts, feelings, and sensations is not restorative. That is restorative. That restores your sanity, your thoughts, your feelings, your sensations. That illuminate your capability to think. It's like a light coming on in the darkness. And then the question of relaxation should not be there. Mindfulness is an active part of your being because you are concentrating on the present. Thirdly, mindfulness is not having no thoughts. People think that if you want to be mindful, you should have a blank mind. It's a myth. You cannot stop your heart from beating. You cannot stop your stomach from digesting. You cannot stop your brain from thinking. And that's what is mindful. You cannot stop it. You can ignore it, and people don't indulge in mindfulness because they ignore it. But it's not a blank mind. A blank mind cannot be mindful. Mindful, the word itself is minding something in its fullness, in its entirety, in its complete history, A to Z. So how can it be something which has no thought? How can it be blind? Mindfulness is an observation of what is happening. The itch above your left eyebrow, the bad taste in the mouth, the realization that you have a friend who is betraying you, the thought of a candy jingle that is running your head. You're watching TV and then a catchy tune comes up, and that's mindfulness. Mindfulness is something which welcomes all thoughts and sees them just as thoughts without judgment. Normally we say, don't believe everything you think. People say, don't believe everything you hear. Agreed. Don't believe everything you see. Agreed. So, don't believe everything you think as well. Your thinking can be daydreams. This can be wool gathering. And that is mindfulness. And if you can really be mindful, then you'll keep on enjoying the present second. I'm talking to you now, and I'm totally immersed in that talk. So, mindfulness is not meditation, it's not relaxation, it's not blank mind. And fourthly, the ultimate goal is to be mindful at all times is a myth again. No, it is not possible to be in the present moment all the time. You cannot do it. So the people who say you should always be live in a state of mindfulness are either dishonest or they don't know what mindfulness is. You need to think of the past as well, because past is a part of your life. You have to think about the future as well. So how can you be always in the present? The present second is fleeting. So enjoy it. But that doesn't mean disconnect yourself from your past or stop thinking about your future. Even that thought, what's going to be for dinner? I feel I'm going to have a headache coming on. That is not mindfulness, because you're thinking of the future. So next time somebody is shooting his mouth off, try to listen. So ordinary thoughts, ordinary things which happen immediately, you have got to savor them without judgment. That's the main thing. Enjoy them, savor them, hate them, immaterial, whatever you do, but without judgment. Even hating, you can do without judgment. You don't like a thing, you don't like a thing. But why? Judgment would be the reasoning part. Don't reason. Just enjoy. Mindfulness gurus go by academics, by the bookish knowledge. That's wrong. Forget about the present, which you have to at times. Forget about the past, which you have got to at times. So mindfulness comes and goes, it's momentary. But every moment of mindfulness is important. But at the same time, be connected to the past and think of the future. And the biggest myth of all, actually the first was the biggest, and the last one is equally big. So these two are the mindfulness people think is bliss. It is not bliss. Mindfulness is not only enjoying the moment of taking time to see the colors of the sunset and the taste of the chocolate chip cookie and the bubbles in your champagne. No. It is also noticing your defensiveness when you're losing your temper. That's what I'm saying. That your actions, your emotions, people ignore it. The physical part and the psychological part, they have to be together. So, if you start ignoring your anger, if you start ignoring your helplessness in the face of injustice, or the bad taste in the mouth, then you're not being mindful. Mindfulness looks at the negative, looks at the positive, looks at the neutral, and looks at all three of them with equanimity, with balance, without judgment. It is not joy, it is awareness of joy, but it is also awareness of pain and everything else. So it's a totality that is mindful. And in short, as I said, once you can enjoy the present moment, jump to the next moment and enjoy it, and then connect it with the past and think of the future. Mindfulness is basically taking a step from the constant input of your sensory information, your thoughts and feelings, and for a split second, or for many hours, depends, it's your journey behind the waterfall. And if you can make that journey behind the waterfall, enjoy the waterfall without thinking why it's there, then you are in a state of mindfulness. And that would be neither meditation nor relaxation, and not bliss, but it will be you, the authentic you, enjoying and participating in the present moment, which will make you what you are. Mindfulness doesn't need a yoga mat or a meditation mat. It doesn't mean a cushion for you to sit on. You can be mindful every second. You can be mindful for an hour, but you cannot and must not basically confuse or be misled by these myths. Thank you.